The James is back. The James is back in town. The James is back. What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It's I, James. ReadoptionAgency.com, 23 years. Selling full-time on eBay. And welcome to a rare Saturday shipping video. But I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just start treating the stores as separate stores instead of putting it all together in one video. So I pulled the clothing store, store number 2. Pulled store number 2 first. So we'll call it the clothing store and the media store, even though they both have a little bit of other stuff in them. Toys in the clothing and all kinds of whatever's in the other. So that's what we're going to do. And maybe if I like this, we'll make it a thing. I'm doing it today because I like to do things differently on the weekend. The weekend is my, whatever. So if I come up with a different idea, test it, try it, do it, whatever. Might make things more fun, more entertaining. Hell, maybe even more profitable on the videos. You never know. I did give me a soda today. Trying to wake up a little bit. Sinuses were blah, 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 blah. So I took all kinds of sinus meds, some ibuprofen. Yesterday on eBay, we're just going to talk about them. I'm going to try to see if I can do this, and we'll separate them. But then in the second video, no matter what I do, which one I do first in the second video, I'll put it all together for you and give a full total. So, but in the clothing store yesterday, pretty crappy day all around. One of my lower days, $232. Come on now, eBay. Comparison day before, $391, well, $392. Day before that, $360 or $368. Day before that, $313. So yeah, yesterday was bad all around. This store up 25% from last month, so that's at least positive there. But we still got these. So we got the roller coaster ride, and then we got, well, that's still a roller coaster ride. So we're on the downward spiral of the next phase of roller coaster. It's 8:30 this morning. I'm at $52 this morning on here. So if I break these things up separately and maybe that mentally look at them separately, even though I do already, but maybe it'll help even more, and just go 500, 500, 500, right? So it just makes me boom, 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 boom. The new store did get a lot of what I bought yesterday because a lot of it was clothes and shoes. Good dollar stuff too. So I made some good choices on my thrifting video. If you did not see that, what I picked up yesterday in the new weekend series, working on the weekend. I'm going to put working on the weekend in the title. And then what I might do for the thumbnail is just like I did yesterday, just where I'm standing there in my office holding one of the items I found or whatever. That'll kind of distinguish it from my other videos. So if you want to watch that series, it started yesterday. Check that out. But also a lot of that's in here. I got to clean up the soles of the sandals because those sandals, those Air Max sandals I picked up, looks like I can put them up for about $70 or so. So I'm going to clean off the soles of that. The CD player works, but that's going to be going into the other store. And then, so I got to list the other store today. And I just have, I believe, the sandals for this store. Everything else has been listed in this store that's going to be there. So, Readoption Agency 2. So, maybe I go find a unique URL for this store. Since I got readoptionagency.com, maybe find something unique for this one. I don't know. Something that sounds good when I say it on video. Or maybe I just do like a link tree with readoptionagency.com, and then that'll link both of my stores. Maybe I just do something like that. That'll save money on buying another URL. But then again, I might have urban-picker.com still as a URL. I think I still own that. So maybe I'll use urban-picker.com for this one. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I still own that. I'm going to go look. I think it probably still goes to my first store. So maybe I'll switch that and use that one for this. So yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. Maybe if I look at each store, I can break them down a little bit better. Like this store, I can't compare it to last year because it wasn't at this time last year. It didn't exist. So 90-day total, $23,000. So, this year so far, 17,500, 17,600, just round it up. So, yeah, overnight on this one. See, this account stopped sending emails to my email box, even though I didn't turn anything off. For some reason, it doesn't send them to my... It sends the offers, but it won't send when an item sells anymore. It just stopped doing that. I don't know why. So time between sales on this store was 12:45. Ooh, that's a big gap there. There's a lot of... Yesterday was just bad. Like 5:05, 5:45, 7:07. Then from 7:07, 12:45. And then after 12:45, nothing again until 7:40 this morning. So just big windows of nothingness on this store. But it makes sense if they shut down last night or did maintenance. When they do maintenance, something happens to especially the other store. But so hopefully there'll be a nice rebound today compared to yesterday's crappy day. So, what else new this store related? I can see if I could find something unique about each store in each video. That'll make it a lot better too. So, any ideas? So this store is going to be clothing store, shoes, accessories. I'm eventually going to move the toys out of it when I start hitting that limit, so I can fill this one up with more clothing for free. And I still have plenty of listings on the other side, non-media related. So toys will eventually go back to the other store, but for now, they're helping fuel this store. Dang, is there anything unique I could do? Let's see. Let me go into like yesterday's breakdown and see if we can pull anything useful or unique for each store out of that. Besides maybe the top selling item you're gonna know. No bulk multi-piece orders over here. 13 items sold yesterday. 13, come on now. Hats, of course, being number one, with Major League Baseball right nipping at its tail. So if you got baseball stuff, start getting that stuff listed. If you got any sitting around, because 'tis the season for baseball. MLB. Just trying to see. Trying to see if there's anything else eBay gives us here that I might be able to turn into something useful. Promoted sales. So yesterday, out of that 332 promoted sales, $165. Organic sales, only $67. It's a 46-24 split. At least the split is almost normal. So that was probably as normal as yesterday was. Ooh, offer sales. See, I feel like I've never seen this stuff before. So, best offer sales was 39% of the sales at $89. Seller initiated offers was $72. That was 31% of the sales. And sales without offers, 30% at $70. So 1/3 of my sales over here is non-offer related. Selling cost net ain't gonna matter because I haven't shipped the stuff from yesterday. It's not the same day stuff, so that's not gonna play a role here, but it could play a role. What did yesterday look like? Or, sorry. No, wait, we are looking at yesterday. So if I made this video prior, what would the day before look like? So if I would have shipped this stuff yesterday, it would have been what does Thursday look like? But I think Thursday was already included in the old way, so we won't go there. But all right, let's ship some stuff. Let's get into the items. So still at $52. You will hear cha-chings from this store if anything sells while I'm making the video, because that's the phone for this store. That's the phone for the other store. All right, first up, we've got a hat that sold pretty quick, but not quick enough to be in my 24-hour. It was more like 48 hours, and it was this Titleist hat. This sold, well, let me get it started here. Sold for $7. Headed to Jonesboro, Arkansas. I kind of like the idea of treating them differently, at least right now. Then also too, it ain't so crowded over here. That way, as they still continue to grow, and if eBay ever gets their stuff together, I mean, some days we'll have tons of stuff just laying here in the way, so this might be a nice way to do it going forward. All right. Pete. I do got 2 toys that sold along with clothing and hats, so stick around for that, because one piece, I get a kick out of the one piece that sells, and you'll see why, or I'll at least tell you why. And it's not this piece, but got this little My Little Pony baby Starbow, sold for $16. So boom, $16. Headed to Flower Mound, Texas. Tiffany. This can't really be hurt, but I'll give it a little security anyway, since it's $16. Boom and boom. We got baby girl. We got Pee-wee's acting differently. We went to the park yesterday. I'm not going to push him at the park because I don't want to stress his body. So we just did a little walk. He got attention, met a couple of doggy friends. This morning, he's just acting very reserved. He's laying in odd spots. He didn't really eat his food. He hasn't finished a full bowl of food yet. Normally, he starts coming back around about a week after his seizure stay in the hospital and that. He's not coming around yet, but he is on new meds. One of them can make you a little bit more drowsy. So he may be just getting used to that new med. He likes when he's fine, I get the Hawaiian rolls, king rolls, or whatever they're called. He likes those for his pills. But when he's in this mode, he won't take anything. So I have to get lunch meat, get that thin, cheap lunch meat, and I just roll him up in there and feed it, and he'll eat that. That's the only way he'll take his meds. Because, like with cheese and the rolls, he won't swallow. I mean, he won't chew. It's just straight swallow. And that's what I need him to do, because some of the pills, when he starts chewing them, they go all over the floor and he spits them out. So if I try to do cheese or roll now, he chews it and it just falls to the floor. So the meat, if I wrap it up in there, what the trick is, when I give it to him, I keep my fingers there because they smell like the meat. So he keeps his head up. So he immediately just swallows it, and then he starts licking my fingers. So that's kind of the trick to making sure he just swallows and doesn't chew the pills. So, and baby girl doing good. Doing happy girl. Two, 6 by 9, Tiffany. Next up, we've got another hat. Yeah, the black Fila hat. Sold for $8. Headed to Michigan. Obviously, I guess this video wouldn't work, may not work during the days, during the week, because there might not be enough to really do it. So I guess during the week videos, they'll still be the same style. Now that I think about that. Next we've got Digi-Camo Kansas City Royals. New Era cap sold for $11, headed to McPherson, Kansas. I didn't even think about that, because now if I had normal overnight sales, then it would be a different story. I put all that stuff up last night. I was hoping something, at least one of those items would have sold overnight, but nothing. Dave. Alright, next up we've got Rolling Stone. Sold for $11, headed to Richardson, Texas. I'm blind. Texas. Blue star. Tonight. I'm blind. Texas. Karen. Oh, man. So if you watched Friday's shipping video, I talked about a place that I was going to go check out to see how promising it was, and it could be nationwide, I would tell you, if it wasn't great, and it wasn't great. So it was College Hunks Junk Removal Moving Company. They have a warehouse where they throw stuff into, and you can go in and buy it, but it's all like bigger stuff here. It's furniture and desks and stuff like that, mattresses even. I was hoping to go in and find, all kinds of just oddball stuff. But nope, so it's a place you might want to check out in your area, see if any of your moving companies, I think College Hunks is a nationwide chain. See if they have a open warehouse that you can go check out. But yeah, nothing for me. Nothing for me at this one. They did have jewelry set aside, hanging up, but I didn't even look at that. I didn't have my glasses on. I don't know a lot about jewelry. Looks like employees or something probably get the good stuff, because there was a bag like with a Nintendo Wii and a bunch of games and stuff in it sitting there, but it was one of the employees who came out of the back came out carrying it. So I'm like, oh. And I should have just asked, like, hey, you guys, I know you guys get media and stuff. What do you do with that? So maybe I'll go back in there. Maybe I'll go in a few more times and if it's the same people, get an acquaintance with some people there and see if I can get a leg in on just what other stuff they get. Because it looks like they just dump a bunch of stuff in the dumpster. So if they get CDs and stuff, they may just throw them in the trash. I don't know. Did I show you that hat? It was a strawberry hat. I don't think I showed you. It sold for $9.50. I'm sorry. Headed to Molina, Illinois. There's floral and strawberries all over it. But being I went out yesterday, that felt good. And the fact that I found a place where I could get a bunch of good stuff again, cheap. I like that. So I'm like, ooh. So I'm not going to talk about that one. Because that one's probably going to last me all summer. So I'm not talking about it. That one's my little secret. So that'll be the Found on Friday videos. Working on the Found on Friday is what I used to call it. Working on the weekend videos. Because I'm going to include yard sale videos on Saturday too. It's a little chilly today, so I didn't even look to see if there's yard sales today. But got an Under Armour hat. Sold for $7. Headed to Wellsburg, West Virginia. But I would like to eventually include... it's going to include yard sales on the Working on the Weekend. And when I do yard sales, I'll wear my camera. Get back into making those videos again. Chris. But I need to sell some stuff during the week because I don't want to... I would like to make all my money back in a week before I go next weekend. So, well, the eBay's acting yesterday. I don't know if that's going to happen. Next up, we've got these Perry Ellis dress pants, men's. New with tags. Last year at a yard sale, I bought a whole heap of clothing. What did I pay? I don't know. It was like $300 or something. And I got just hundreds and hundreds of pieces of clothing. Some of it new with tags. I got these Perry Ellis pants. And these sold for $16. Headed to Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Boom, get off my hand. Plus, I gotta remember I got all the clothing in storage too that I bought over the years. I need to get to that too and get it listed. One more. Denise. And next up, we've got Hard Rock Cafe Las Vegas bucket hat. Sold for $7, headed to Avon, Indiana. Michael. Here's the toy I get a kick out of. So it's a little rifle here from G.I. Joe 1989 Python Patrol Officer gun. And that sold for $12, headed to Rossville, Georgia. Love it. Something that small, $12. Just be sitting in the bottom of a bin at the Goodwill outlet, right? Cha-ching. Some kids' Adidas cleats for $10. That way it won't bend easily. Danny. Love it. Love it. Next up, we got St. Louis Cardinals new era cap. Sold for $10.50, headed to Chillicothe, Illinois. Chillicothe. Maybe I need to make Pee-wee some food today. I think we got some hamburger in there or something. Just to get some food in him if he's not going to eat his food today. Vanessa. Next up, item that's been in my store for 8+ years. Kathy Lee cardigan sweater. Sold for $10, headed to Charlotte, North Carolina. See, that's what I like about when you look at reselling on eBay as a business, as opposed to looking at it as just reselling. Is I like my days to be mixed, you know. Items I picked up yesterday, or items I listed yesterday, last week, items I listed last month, 6 months ago, 8 years ago. It just used to be better, though. It just used to be a bigger mix. Used to be a bigger mix, so I think now, more than ever, that mix of time is more important than it used to be. Just because crap ain't working properly. Maui, Hawaii hat. Sold for $10.50, headed to Covington, Georgia. So this was the first time, this past week, the first time I did some in and sell similar in this store. Probably did 5,000-6,000 items out of the 19. But yet it didn't really seem like it did anything. Or if I do it to the media store, you can tell that it does something. Even when I used to do hats over there, you could tell it would do something, but I didn't really notice it here. Wait. Tummy. Next up, we got this women's AC/DC tank top. Sold for $10.50, headed to Sanford, Florida. Fold, 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 fold. But Christy. And the last clothing item, we got Cardinals cap. Sold for $12, headed to Chelsea, Alabama. Chelsea, Alabama. Steven. All right. Review purchase offers. Prince Zilebaz. Wayne. Vanessa. Oops. Okay. Dana. Michael. Denise. Bruce. Gerald. Karen. Dave. Dave. What's up? Eric. Tiffany. Antiques. Right. So I had one sale during that. So we're up to $74 over here. And that's all for this store. So I'm going to start pulling media and get that done, so I can get caught up for this Saturday morning. So thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.